Unlike my ex, who took my trust and my Netflix password and just left me with 5 cats, a mountain of shoes and a mysterious collection of unpaid bills, Simone is a satirical science fiction film directed by Niccol, and exploring the chaotic life of a movie director who's actually created something out of thin air, just not in the way you'd expect. Simone tells the story of Victor Turansky, played here by screen legend Al Pacino in a pretty underrated role to be fair, a struggling film director whose career is on the brink of collapse after a diva actress quits his latest project. Desperate to save his film, Victor stumbles upon revolutionary computer software that allows him to create a virtual actress named Simone, which is short for Simulation 1. Simone becomes an overnight sensation, dazzling audiences with her talent and beauty. However, Victor keeps her true nature a secret, leading to complications as Simone's fame skyrockets. Whilst the plot focuses more on morals and philosophy rather than the wider practicalities of how Victor could physically manage to pull off a lot of this stuff in reality, the film explores themes like the illusion of celebrity, the power of technology, and the nature of authenticity in an age of artificial creation. Ultimately, Victor's elaborate deception soon spirals out of control, leading to comedic and surprisingly dark dramatic consequences, as he tries to keep the truth hidden from both the world and those close to him. So the movie's main premise is this: what if the world's biggest movie star wasn't in fact real? In Simone, a 2002 sci-fi satire, director Niccol explores the power of artificial intelligence and indeed our obsession with celebrity. So let's dig deeper into this thought-provoking tale of fame, illusion and technology, as I believe it has a lot to offer, despite its execution being slightly off, not least the jarring score and off-putting musical choices and dramatic scenes in particular. The story begins with Victor Turansky, a washed-up Hollywood director whose career is crumbling. When his leading actress abandons his project, Victor is left scrambling to salvage his film. But just when all hope seems lost, a strange opportunity lands in his lap. Victor discovers an experimental software called Simulation 1, or Simone. This program allows him to create a photorealistic and lifelike virtual actress, played here by Canadian model Rachel Roberts, who went on to marry this movie's director, which seems like it could be the basis of a whole other video to be honest, but let's just park that to the side for now. Anyway, Victor designs Simone to be the perfect star, and she quickly captures the heart of audiences everywhere. Simone soon becomes a global phenomenon. Critics adore her, fans worship her, and she's soon hailed as a revolutionary talent. But of course, there's just one big catch: she's not real, and Victor has to go to extreme lengths to maintain the illusion, eventually isolating himself in his own sterile and super lonely cyber man cave. As Simone's fame grows, so does Victor's own web of lies. He fakes interviews, stages public appearances, and even manipulates media coverage. But with every new layer of deception, Victor risks exposure, and the consequences could be devastating. But really, Simone as a film and as a character isn't just about the wonders of the technology involved in creating a virtual actress. It's an active critique of our culture, as relevant now, if not more so, than it was in 2002. The film questions our obsession with celebrity, the ethics of technology, and just how much of what we consume is manufactured. Simone represents the ultimate fantasy, but at what cost? Victor's illusion eventually unravels, leading to a chaotic and satirical ending that forces him and the world to confront the truth about Simone. But even in the face of reality, the film leaves us pondering. Does authenticity matter if the audience indeed believes the illusion? What is truth? And do people even want it? Or are people even interested in it? How many of us would rather indulge in a blissful ignorance and fantasy world than accept the cold hard light of day? Of course, The Matrix is the most famous exploration of this theme, and how people would rather stay in their false fantasy world of echo chambers than ever venture outside their bubble realm. Which, let's be honest, is pretty much current day Reddit to be fair. Anyway, in Simone, the titular character is a fully virtual actress, a creation so lifelike that audience truly believe that she's real. Obviously this on the surface has parallels to today's culture, where virtual influencers like Lil Miquela and Shudu have millions of followers on social media. These AI-generated personalities endorse brands, interact with fans, and even participate in campaigns alongside bona fide human celebrities. Unlike Simone, and current-day Madonna in all probability, these influencers are openly virtual, yet they still blur the line between authenticity and artifice. The film anticipated how technology could create entirely artificial public figures who, wield real-world influence, and thereby raising questions about trust, ethics, and the true nature of fame. Today, advances in deepfake technology now allow for the creation of hyper-realistic video content featuring digital replicas of real people. Generative AI tools like ChatGPT, Grok, and DALL-E create content for virtual personas in a matter of minutes, thereby accelerating production in ways that Victor and his early noughties tech could only dream of. The rise of AI thus makes Simone more relevant than ever. It highlights both the creative potential and the ethical dilemmas of using AI to replace or supplement human artistry. Moreover, Simone's presence is entirely fabricated, yet she still performs, appears in media, and wins awards. And today in the real world, hologram concerts have resurrected stars like Tupac Shakur, Whitney Houston, the king of rock and roll and the king of pop, allowing them to perform live for audiences of new generations long after their deaths, in a form of what I call digital necromancy. As movies also use mocap and heavy VFX to resurrect long gone stars, who sadly can now find no rest, even in death. Naturally, these technological methods raises similar questions about consent, artistic integrity, and whether these performances indeed honour or exploit the artists. As Jurassic Park taught us to ask back in the 90s, just because we can do something, does it mean we should? Because at the end of the day, and much like Simone, these hologram performances blur the boundaries between genuine human expression and digital fabrication, forcing audiences to confront their willingness to suspend disbelief, and allowing third parties creative control of deceased human beings and their legacies, via puppeted dictation of future performances as they continue to milk their likeness for all it's worth and callously capitalise on the celebrity of their corpse. Perfection is another such theme. Simone in the movie is designed to be the perfect star, talented, beautiful, and free from the flaws of real actors, such as egos or scandals. AI-generated faces are now being used in advertising because they avoid the unpredictability of real models. Social media often amplifies the pursuit of perfection, with filters, editing tools, and even AI enhancements transforming how people present themselves online. Simone predicted society's fascination with flawless personas and the potential for AI to feed into this obsession, sidelining genuine human expression in favour of curated digital ideals. Well, unless you work in the video game industry for some reason, I suppose, who seem to have gone the complete other way.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Ethical and psychological implications also apply. Victor's emotional attachment to Simone mirrors today's discussions about human relationships with AI, such as the popularity of conversational AI like Replica or AI companions, as well as AI girlfriends and inevitably naughty AI sex bots. With artificial intelligent assistants, AI chatbots and virtual companions, people are now forming real-world emotional bonds with non-human entities. And regrettably, sometimes these can even end in tragedy, like that fellow who totally killed himself after his AI girlfriend got taken offline. This of course raises questions about loneliness, control, and the authenticity of these relationships, and indeed where our species is going in the future, well given our population is already below replacement level. Simone's creation and manipulation by Victor also parallels concerns about the control tech developers exert over AI personas and their narratives. Simone serves as a cautionary tale about the ethical responsibilities of creators, and the psychological effects of substituting human interaction with artificial surrogates. After all, AI is only as good as the parameters its creators set, which is why X's Grok can be a super based yet foul-mouthed troll, and Google's Gemini can flat out lie about history and refuse to create images of Caucasians for some reason.
Weird.
Anyway, the movie also critiques how audiences are willing to embrace a fabricated reality as long as it entertains them. Consumers readily accept digital creations like AI music, movies, or influencers without questioning their authenticity. The rise of virtual concerts and AI-generated content shows that many people value the experience over whether the performer is human or even present or not. The film's critique remains relevant as it questions whether audiences truly care about authenticity or are in fact complicit in perpetuating artificial realities as long as their entertainment needs are met. The film's satirical lens becomes eerily prescient when viewed alongside today's advancements in AI and digital entertainment. Technologies like deepfakes, generative AI and virtual influencers have turned many of Simone's speculative ideas, for better or worse, into today's reality. Whilst these innovations open up exciting creative possibilities, they also challenge us to think critically about authenticity, ethics, and the evolving nature of human connection. With its sharp commentary and clever humour, Simone remains a relevant exploration of fame in technology. And if you haven't seen it yet, this film is a must-watch for anyone curious about the boundaries between reality and simulation. Whilst in no way a perfect movie, and as I mentioned earlier, is plagued by an out-of-place score and a jarring flip toward a super dark and intriguing third act turn, which is immediately pulled back and copped out on, it is still very much worth a look, especially if you are interested in the themes and concepts as outlined in the video. I also appreciate that it's one of the only movies about an attractive virtual girl who isn't used for explicit sexual acts or purposes, even by the washed up horny film producer who's effectively a walking trope, and tries to get it on with all the other young vulnerable girls except Simone. But I digress. So if you've seen the film, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this largely forgotten flick down in the comments. But as always, I hope you have a lovely day, and thank you very much for watching, if indeed you still are.